Hello, I'm Cyrus, and you're watching Camping Out of Debt, the Gun Edition. Alright folks, I'm going to start a new edition, I guess you would say. This is going to be my gun intro. So, let's begin. It might be a little rocky at first. This video is going to be entitled Guns, Pandora's Box. Okay, I'll explain that here. What is the big deal with guns? Why are guns so controversial? I mentioned this in last week's video, and I've already lost 2 subscribers. I'm not sure if it was because I said guns in the video or not. It may just be a coincidence, but I thought it was interesting. So, why are guns controversial? I'm going to start off by saying that I have no political agenda here in these videos. I'm not going to make this a left or right issue. I'm not going to say I'm a right-winger and if you're a left-winger you're wrong. I know I've got some left-wing friends in my life that have more guns than some of my good right-winger gun owners do. They have guns that the right-wingers would be envious of. So, guns are not always a left-wing, right-wing persona. With that being said, why do I like guns? Okay, why do I have guns? One of the reasons I have firearms is because of personal protection, family protection, the police force. As good as the police force is, I support police fully. As good as the police force is, when you call 911, the chances of the police getting to you in time, if you have a home invasion, are slim. You may call the police and it may take them 15 minutes to get to your house. That's too long of amount of time if you have a home invasion. In a home invasion, you are your best defense. If you have a firearm, you have it within a matter of seconds. That's your best option. So, first reason I have firearms is for personal protection. One of the other reasons I have a firearm is because, even though I'm not a professional hunter, I just started hunting again. It's been a long time since I've ever done any hunting. I tried hunting this year and was unsuccessful. But you can use firearms for hunting. That's something I'm trying to get into, being on 10 acres, trying to, still going to the grocery store, but trying to put food on the table myself, if you know what I mean, hands-on. Third reason I like firearms is for recreational shooting. I enjoy shooting firearms, target practicing. I shoot firearms with my wife. My daughter has been shooting firearms for a couple years now. She's probably a better shot than I am, actually. And my son, he's shot a couple times, but he's not real efficient yet. He's kind of have to help him. On that note, I always do safety first. Safety is the #1 priority with firearms. And I believe if you teach your children that at an early age, raise them up with firearms, show them the proper, safe way to use firearms, that that's the way to go. That later on in life, they won't be surprised by firearms. They will be used to firearms. They will know how to handle firearms safely and not get themselves into any trouble. So, safety first. Always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction. Finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot it. Treat every firearm as if it's loaded. Let's be safe. I'm going to go into where my first personal experiences with firearms were. My first firearms were BB pellet guns. My uncles had I don't remember what brand it was, either a Daisy or a Crossman pump action BB gun. I remember them shooting it. And then once upon a time my dad gave me an old antique BB gun. It was pretty cool. It had I believe it was spring operated. The barrel would you'd actually grab the barrel and push it into the stock and then pull it back out. And you did that once, so it was always the same power. You couldn't just sit there and pump it up as many times as you wanted. And I think that was my first gun. And that didn't last long. I think I probably left it outside and my dad took it away from me. Said I wasn't responsible enough for it. Now then, my first real firearm, black powder firearm, was what I'm holding here today. It didn't look like this when I got it. It was a synthetic wood stock, brown. But this is it. This is a Daisy Legacy 22. And I still have it. And it's pretty neat because it has a adjustable stock. And it's a fairly small rifle for youth shooting. So at some point, my parents thought I was responsible enough to have one of these. They got it for me for Christmas or something. I'm going to say I might have been 12 or 13, somewhere in there. I had a friend that had one just like it, only his was the black model. It was black instead of wood grain looking. And we would go target practice, shoot some cans from time to time. And so this is my first firearm that I showed how to shoot safely. From there, when I was in high school, before I went to my senior year, I turned 18, so I was able to purchase a firearm, shotgun. I had a friend in high school that was big into hunting, so I bought a turkey shotgun, and we'd go hunting geese or whatever with it. That was the first firearm that I purchased. It was like a Mossberg 500 turkey gun. And then before my senior year, I actually went to basic training in the Army, National Guard in the Army. Wisconsin had a thing where you could go do basic before your senior year and AIT after. And that's where I was first introduced to the good old-fashioned M16. And I qualified with that, and I liked it so much that it got me hooked on firearm shooting. The smell of that distinct smell of the old M16 was wonderful, so I got hooked on that, and I've loved shooting ever since. So when I turned 21, I purchased a revolver. I still have that revolver, and ever since then I've been a gun enthusiast. I don't have a whole bunch, but I definitely like them and definitely spend money every once in a while obtaining new ones. So that's always fun. So to wrap things up for the first video here, like I stated, I plan on doing some reviews. Not like there's not thousands of reviews out there already on particular firearms. I'll probably start with the review on this 22 here. I'm not trying to run anybody off. Like I said, it's just my philosophy that I've heard that it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. So, I enjoy firearms, so I'm going to try to share my passion of firearms with you folks. Thanks for watching.